President Tinubu posts ambassadors to US, France, Highway Commissioner to UK. Federal government signs concession agreement for Enugu Airport. Pediatricians Association of Nigerian faults federal government's 4.3% health allocation in 2026 budget. I am Becky Usoro. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has approved the posting of 4 ambassador designates out of the 68 confirmed by the Senate last December. In a statement by the Special Advisor to the President's Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, on Thursday, according to the statement, President Tinubu confirmed the posting of Ambassador Ayodele Oke as the ambassador designate to France and Colonel Latif as the ambassador designate to the United States of America. Also confirmed by the President is the posting of Ambassador Amin Dahatu, former ambassador to South Korea, as the High Commissioner designate to the United Kingdom. Usman Issa Dankegari Suleiman, former governor of Kebbi, is the ambassador designate to Turkey, where the President is scheduled to begin a state visit next week, according to Onanuga. He disclosed that in a memo to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, President Tinubu urged the ministry to notify the governments of the 4 countries about the ambassador designates in accordance with diplomatic procedures. Away from that story, President Bola Tinubu has approved the commencement of commercial oil drilling to Tongeji Island in Ipokia local government area of Ogun State. Governor Dapo Abiodun disclosed this while receiving the flag officer commanding Western Naval Command Rear Admiral Abubakar Abdullahi Mustafa alongside senior officers of the command during a courtesy visit to his office in Oke-Mosan, Abeokuta. The governor also revealed that the president had approved the immediate takeoff of the Olokola Deep Seaport project located in Ogun Waterside local government area, describing the decision as a major breakthrough after years of anticipation surrounding the multi-billion-dollar port project. Abiodun said both projects were of a special interest to President Tinubu, noting that while the Olokola Deep Seaport will significantly decongest the Lagos port, commercial oil drilling at Tongeji Island will promote inclusion and economic empowerment for residents of coastal communities. Abiodun added that the President had specifically directed that construction of the port should be far advanced between now and next year, stressing that the project presents a strong opportunity to decongest the Lagos ports, especially with coastal road providing an alternative logistic corridor. Away from that story, the federal government has formally signed the concession agreement for the Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu, marking a significant milestone in its efforts to modernize Nigeria's aviation infrastructure through public-private partnerships. The agreement was signed at the Ministry of Aviation and Aerospace Development in Abuja by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo. A statement by the Special Advisor on Media and Communications to the Minister, Tunde Moshud, says the signing ceremony was attended by officials of the Enugu State Government and representative of Aero Alliance, the concessionaire. According to the statement, the Enugu State delegation was led by Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Obi Ozo, while the Aero Alliance team include Engineer Chuks Anekwe, Barrister Oyuwodu Nwachukwu, Kesta Enweonu, and Michael Nwechi of IV Solicitors. Speaking at the event, Keyamo described the signing as the culmination of a long and transparent process that began several years ago, while explaining that with approval, the Ministry, FAN, and Aero Alliance engaged in extensive negotiations, including consultations with aviation unions to safeguard workers' welfare. He emphasized that job security and staff welfare were central to the concession framework, noting that while the main concession agreement has been concluded, 2 operational matters, security charges and the airport's financial model, will be resolved in the coming week to ensure smooth implementation. Away from that story, the federal government has confirmed disbursements of 152 billion naira to contractors or verified contractors The payment, the federal government says, followed established verification procedures designed to safeguard public funds and maintain accountability in government spending. In a statement, the Federal Ministry of Finance said the payment process is guided by existing laws and regulations to ensure transparency and protect taxpayers' money. Acknowledging the financial pressure delays have placed on contractors, the ministry appealed for continued engagement as a pathway to resolving outstanding issues while assuring contractors of its willingness to maintain open communication, urging them to respect the procedures and staff involved in handling payment requests. It stated that all outstanding payment requests would continue to be processed in line with due process and handled in a timely and consistent manner. Away from that story, the Nigerian Army's 8th Division has opened a new line of collaboration with the Air Warfare and Doctrine Center in what officials describe as a strategic step towards improving air-ground coordination in the Northwest. The partnership took shape during a courtesy visit by the AWDS Commandant, Air Vice Marshal Ibrahim Jibia, to the General Officer commanding 8th Division and Commander, Sector 2 Operation Fansan Yama, Major General Bengba Kogna in Sokoto. Major General Kogna commended Air Vice Marshal Jibia for what he described as a distinguished career marked by leadership excellence across multiple command roles, adding that the division would offer full support and proactive cooperation to strengthen joint missions. Operation Fancy and Yaman, led by the division in the Northwest, had intensified counter-terrorism and counter-banditry operations in recent weeks, including a series of raids, hostage rescues and engagement across Zamfara, Kebbi and Sokoto states. Congratulating the GOC on its appointment, Air Vice Marshal Jibia expressed confidence that the division will drive positive change in Northwest security landscape. Away from that story, the president of the Pediatricians Association of Nigeria, Dr. Ekanem Ekure, has faulted the 4.3% allocation to health in the 2026 national budget, saying it underscores the troubling lack of investment in the well-being and future of the Nigerian child. Ekure made the call in Abeokuta at the opening ceremony of PAN's 57th Annual General Meeting and Scientific Conference, themed Achieving SDG to 3 and Child Healthcare Through Innovative Funding Models and Technology-Driven Solutions. Dr. Ekure also demanded comprehensive remediation and medical intervention for victims of the Ogigo lead poisoning crisis linked to reclined battery factories, noting that the majority of those affected are children. She said the incident should spur stronger regulatory enforcement and coordinated national action to protect vulnerable children and safeguard their future, while adding that the theme captured the urgency of Nigerians' troubling child health realities and the need for swift action by professionals, government, and other stakeholders to reverse the trend. Away from that story, the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has been dragged before the Federal High Court Abuja by concerned citizen of Nigeria Patrick Ukaru, who raised concern and worry over what he described as misleading the names of African Democratic Congress (ADC) and African Action Alliance (AAC) as Nigerian political parties. Ukara, through his counsel, has instituted a suit at the Federal High Court, Abuja, before Justice James Omotosho, seeking change of name to the two political parties or the be deregistered by INEC. In the originating suit made available to our correspondent in Makurdi, Benue State capital, the Benue-born indigene raised the following issues and questions for determination by the Honorable Court. He also held that, upon determination of the above questions against the defendant, there should be a declaration that INEC is empowered by the law to deregister any political party or direct any political party to apply for change of name when same is found inappropriate by it. The plaintiff is asking for a declaration that the names of ADC and AAC are inappropriate in Nigerian context to be registered as Nigerian political parties. Away from that story, and on a sad note, the Plateau State chapter of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) has strongly condemned the killing of 7 persons at a mining site in Kuru District, Jos South local government area, describing the attack as a brutality of senseless killings and a grim reminder of the worsening security situation in the state. The condemnation comes barely a day after the Nigerian Army confirmed that 7 illegal miners were shot dead in the early hours of Thursday when suspected armed bandits attacked an illegal mining site at Capitex Kuru troops of Sector 6 Operation Safe Haven had said the attackers struck around 1 a.m., leaving 7 locals dead before fleeing the area. In the press statement by the PDP State Publicity Secretary, Choji Dalyop, the opposition party said the latest killings exposed what it described as the government's egregious failure to protect lives and guarantee basic security. The PDP linked the Kuru attack to what is described as a long-standing and poorly addressed security crisis in Plateau State, warning that repeated incidents of violence continue to erode public confidence in governance and democracy. Referencing the 1999 Constitution, the party argued that the protection of lives and property remains the primary responsibility of government, stressing that repeated attacks and the failure to bring perpetrators to justice amount to a severe dereliction of duty under Section 14(2) of the Constitution. The party issued 3 key demands: a transparent and impartial investigation into Kuru killings, with findings made public, the swift prosecution of those responsible to ensure accountability and deterrence, and the development of a clear, accountable security plan to address the root cause of insecurity. That's all on the news this hour. I am Becky Osara.